Hello, my lovely people out there. How are you all today? I hope we are all doing great and smiling. Yes, we have to be smiling and grateful every day. Once we are healthy and we are alive, we have every cause to be happy and grateful to God. Today's vlog is going to be very informal, a bit of chit chat. I know I've already told you how we came into UK in Edinburgh in the 80s. Today I'm just going to tell you a little bit of story about me coming into UK and raising children, really raising the children up in diaspora. The challenge we faced, or I faced, but we faced as parents is so different. And I do sympathize with our children then, and I do sympathize with myself as well and my husband, because coming from a very different culture, then coming into a different culture, we remember how we were raised up. We're not supposed to do this, we're not supposed to do that. And then bringing up children here, it was a bit of an eye-opener. I'm like, wow. So I'm sure our boys, our men, don't call them boys now, call them men. Our men will identify what I'm saying, I'm going to be saying on this video regarding how they were raised up. Because we came with that, our Nigerian upbringing, mentality. So when they were born, obviously we looked after them as we are being looked after at home, myself and my husband. The only difference that we didn't have any maids, because in Nigeria you have one or two maids, people around the house helping you. But here it was a shock, having my second son, because as I said to you, our first son was a baby, a 2 months old baby when we came. And I remember when I had him in Nigeria, my lovely, lovely mother-in-law, bless her soul, she came because my own mom was no more. And my mother-in-law came when I had my first son. We lived in Nigeria, in Lagos, when he was born. So Mama came and looked after me, the normal Omugo thing now. I was so spoiled. I'll be in the room with the baby. Mama will go down, cook, come up with the food, bring the food upstairs. I'm like, this is lovely. If this is how to have babies, I would like to have more. She really looked after me. And all those little things you do for people when they have babies, she did for me. And I remember one night, because she has to stay in the same room as with myself and the baby. So one night, by the time my baby was crying, I'm already up. As soon as I heard the baby crying, I was already up with the baby, breastfeeding the baby, and Mama turned around and looked at me. I'm like, wow. And she said, I'm actually here with you just to make sure that when the baby cries, that you hear and be able to attend to the baby, because I know you like your sleep. Yes, that's one thing. When I was younger, oh my God, I can sleep for England. I love my sleep. So, but having a baby really changes you. It changed me, having children, obviously. But that day, I remember vividly when Mama said, it's good to have children, because for you to hear the baby crying even before me and got up to attend to the baby, that means, having a baby can change somebody. So that's the type of relationship I had with my mother-in-law. My mother, never mind the in-law bit. We really, she really looked after me. I was spoiled, and I loved, having a child at that time in Nigeria. Then we came over to UK, where I had my last 3. and the story changed. Oh my God. Yeah, the only difference though, in hospital, obviously it's so different, the delivery and everything, totally different from my experience in Nigeria, but that's a different story. But yeah, coming over here, having the child, when I had my second child here, I'm like, whoa. And now I see what I enjoyed when I had my first son, because no mama there to help you. It's just you and your husband. So just two of us. So, and in this country, they will allow your husband to be with you during labor and delivery. So my husband was with me when I had our second son, and I can't remember, I think he was with me when I had two of them. I can't remember which two, the second son and the last one, I think. The third son, he wasn't with me, yes, because our second son was also a baby, more or less, just over a year when our third son came. So he has to be with him and our older son. So I was on my own when I had our third son, but the labor and delivery was so quick, so there wasn't any issue there. I just spent a day in hospital and back. Anyway, so going back, bringing up children here, having delivering the babies in this country as opposed to Nigeria, how I was looked after, there was nothing like that. My husband tried his best. I must say, shout out to him. He really tried his best to make this hot soup that we normally drink. You know what I mean? He tried his best to look after me. But he cannot compare what a man can do and what a woman or mama can do. But he did try his best for what we have around at that time. So it was just me and him. So our second son came, and then our third son came shortly after. But we did have a 5 years gap before our last son came. So bringing them up, so different, because we still had that our Nigerian way, our Nigerian mentality. You don't go there, you don't do this, you don't mix up with those people, things like that. So we really, in fact, I remember now, our second son in particular, sometimes you say to to me and dad, you say, you have changed a lot. Obi is our youngest son, that he's growing up in a different world, that meaning that the way we treated them wasn't the way we are treating the youngest one. Because we have, over the years, we have learned to, adapt. And our third son will say, oh yeah, mom and dad are now cool. Because before, they think that we are not. Because of the way we are bringing them up. They thought that we are very strict parents. But what can we do? That was all we knew, the way we are raised up. So it was a bit of a challenge trying to instill that our way, our culture into them, even though they were born here. So we have to sort of, over the years, learn to understand that we have to balance things up. So they got a bit of, obviously, that training and a bit of the training here, and both of them together has helped them to be who they are today. And we thank God for each and every one of them. But it was a big, difference between raising them up here, raising them up in Nigeria. I remember when I was growing up, there was nothing like the family planning. My mom would tell me is, oh, if you, now that you're at this age, you don't relate with any man. If you do, if any man comes near you, you become pregnant. That's the family planning. And I took that literally. I took that as, as the truth. So I was always running away from men. Sometimes I even wonder how I eventually got married. But obviously, when it happened, God planned it the way it happened. I didn't know anything like having boyfriend or anything like that. Men, no, you don't go near them. That was the type of family planning I got in those days. I'm sure those of you about my age will relate. That's all our parents, tells us when we get to that age. You know what I mean? That's the advice they will give you. I must say, I carried some of that myself, because our sons, I can't remember sitting them down to discuss, things like that, talking about this, what to expect at a certain age, this might happen, in a certain age of your life, this and that. No, I don't think we actually sat them down in a way, to tell them things that we should have. So that's the mistake that I made as a parent coming over from Nigeria to raise up children here. And I'm hoping that future parents will not make the same mistake. It's good to discuss things with your children, no matter how intimate, how delicate you think that it is. Discuss with them, explain to them. Because in this day and age, if you don't explain to them, the social media will explain it to them. There's so much going on there. So it's very important for us to be the ones. So those of us who are raising children up now, please don't shy away from your responsibility of talking to your children about the facts of life. Don't be ashamed to do that. Just discuss everything with them so there won't be any surprises for them out there. I will say I failed in that respect because the mentality, how we are brought up at home, rubbed into me that I didn't really have that kind of talk with my boys. So that's obviously gone now. But with them, I'm now trying to tell them, when you start having your own children, it's very important to discuss these things. So it was a bit of a challenge for us, trying to balance things up. Where we are, what's happening here, oh my God, this is not right, this is not what we expect, this is this and that, And our children, I must say, at a point, they were all a bit confused as well. Where do we go? Which way do we go? But they know the training that they've received at home, and they know how to balance that up from what their friends or what the others are saying to them outside there. When they were younger, it's like they always say to their mom and dad, you don't allow us to go out when they go out to play. In those days, we allowed them to go out because it was safer than now. But even as safe as it was then, I'm a paranoid mom. I have to hands off for that. I have to always take them out, be with them. When they were much younger, obviously, that's definitely what I needed to do. But as they grew older, we allow them out, but you always have to make sure that they are where you will see them, they're not too far away from you. And that kind of mom, my young men, my men will identify with that. That mom, you're always worrying. Even now that they are all adults, you still worry. If you don't hear from them for after some time, I hope they're okay. I hope this is it. So there's always this worry when they are babies. There's a different worry for babies. Then they start toddling, different worry for toddlers. Then they start nursery school and primary school. You worry, they start going into high school when they are now on their own, going to school and coming back. You worry if you don't hear from them, or look at the time, where are they? And then they get out of that stage and they get into uni. There's that worry as well. I hope they're okay at the uni. I hope I haven't heard from them for a while. You call them on the phone, are you okay, this and that. And then they eventually leave home, living on their own. You also worry, I hope they're okay now. They're so independent. They can go to all sorts of places that they want to. I hope they're okay. So, various kinds of worry. And the Bible said that we should not worry. But I must admit, I'm that kind of mother that worries. Well, used to worry a lot. I think I'm getting better now. Yes, I'm getting better now. And so it's just a little chit chat to say how the difference between, living in Nigeria, having my first son there, and then coming here to have the other three, and how we coped during their early years, and now they're all adults doing their own things. And one thing before I end this video, one thing I need to say to us, especially the young parents who are raising up children, please do not be tired of their noise or their messing things about. You kept this thing there and next time it's on the floor. Please don't be so mad with them. Trust me, there will be a time you keep that pen there. That pen will be there till next week unless you move it. You'll want to speak with them, there's nobody there. Even at the time they are still at home and they may be in their own room doing their own thing because they are at that stage when they're not doing things with you. So when they are still young and able to mingle with you, fall on top of you, do this, scatter your living room, scatter your bedroom, enjoy it. I'm telling you with experience, enjoy it. Don't be too mad at them. I know it's easier said than done because at that time when you're so stressed out, you've been to work, you've come back, you want to do this and they're doing that, you want to be impatient with them. But if you can, please calm down and enjoy every moment. Spend time with them, take them out on holiday. Unfortunately, we are not going anywhere on holiday for now, but when the things open up again, do things with them, especially when they're that young. They can be so inquisitive. They'll ask you so many questions. When they ask you why, because their first thing is why, you tell them not to do something, they say why. This idea of because I say so, it's not good. It's not a good answer to a child. When they ask why, tell them why. Don't say because I said so. Don't be that kind of parent. So always explain to them why they shouldn't do what you are telling them not to do. Because each time, I remember when they were young, each time you say anything to them, but why? You don't want them to go out or you don't want them to do this, but why, mom, why? So always try and explain in a calm way why they should not do things that you don't want them to do. As I said, I made a lot of mistakes in my own time. I don't want the new moms to make the same mistake. Enjoy every moment with those lovely, lovely children that God has given you. And those who are waiting on God for the blessing of the womb. I'm using this opportunity to pray for all of you. You are all going to carry your own children. This year, 2020, is almost finishing. Come 2021, there will be news in your homes. Those of you who are waiting for gift of the womb, for fruit of the womb, God will open. So they can, and once it is your heart desire to have children, and you have been waiting, keep waiting. You're not going to wait for too long anymore. The door will be open. 2021 will be your year, and you are going to be blessed with the number of children that you want. Thank you so much for listening to this, my little chit chat story. And please subscribe if you have not done so. Share this video with those you think that may benefit from it. And I'll speak to you again very soon. I don't know the angle I'll come next, but yes, there will be something that will entertain us on this channel. That will be entertaining us on this channel each time. So look out for the next upload. God bless you and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.